All right. So it's cold up here in Oregon, Bryson. It's really cold. And it's raining. Daddy take his jacket off because we're going to do a lesson today on time, counting, and what are we doing a lesson on? We're going to do a lesson on counting and on time, keeping time. So you know how a clock, imagine this is a clock, Bryson. See there's the big hand, the big long one, and then there's the little one. And the big long one is for the minutes. And the little short skinny stubby hand is for the hours. So for the hours, it goes the big hand, which here, I got to get the pen. So on a clock like this, Bryson, this is a clock, okay? And on here in the middle, there's going to be let me get the clipboard. Hold on a second. So in the middle of the clock, there's the dial. See right here, this is the middle of the clock, and we have 12 on the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and back to 12 again. So on a clock, Bryson, there's the big hand, the long one, and then there's a skinny one. So if it was pointed like this, and this is the short big hand, or this is the small hand, it's pointing up, that means it's 12 o'clock. That's the hour, is 12 o'clock. And if it was pointed down here, it pointed at the 6 with the long hand, that would mean 12:30. It's 12:30. If the clock reads this, it's 12:30, because even though it's pointed at the 6, it means 30. Because as it goes around, it goes 15 minutes at the 3, and then you got a half an hour at the 6, and then you have 45 minutes at the 9, and then you have another hour again at the 12, and it goes around in a circle, and then the big hand goes around every hour. It goes around one click to the next number, and as the numbers go on, as time goes around, the big hand tells you how many minutes there are on the clock. And the little hand tells you what hour it is. Okay, the big hand tells you the minutes, and the little hand tells you the hours. So you got to remember that. You got to remember that the big hand is going to tell you the hours, or the big hand is going to tell you the minutes, and the little hand is going to tell you the hours. So remember, the big hand tells you minutes, the little hand tells you hours. Okay, and when it goes around. And when the big hand goes around, it shows you how many minutes there are. So if let's say it was like if it was pointed this way, if this was the little hand and it was pointed like that, and then it was the big hand pointed this way, that would be 2:45, because the big hand would be pointed at the 9. When the big hand is pointed at the 9, it's 45. But we'll explain more about that later. For right now, you just need to know about the big hand is the minutes, and the small hand is the hours. The big hand, minutes, small hand, hours. I want you to be able to repeat that back to me when I talk to you on the phone. Big hand, minutes, small hand, hours. Let's do it one more time. So, I drew another clock out. And on this one, it's the same thing. We have 12 on the top, and that's going to be the dial goes. So on the hours, it's going to be the small hand, the short one. So let's do 6 o'clock this time. Let's do 6 o'clock. So 6, oh wait, that's too long. Oh well. That's the small hand. That's supposed to be the small hand. And then the big hand goes up to here, and it points at the 12. When it's pointing at the 12, that means it's 6 o'clock on the dot. It's 6 o'clock on the hour. So right now, the small hand is for hours, and the big hand is for minutes. The small hand is pointing at the 6, so that means it's a 6 o'clock, because that's what hour it is. And the big hand is pointing at 12, so that means there's no minutes. When it's pointed at 12, that means no minutes. When the big hand or when the small hand is pointed at 6, like that means it's 6 o'clock. Just like if the small hand was pointed at 5, it would be 5 o'clock. If the small hand was pointed at 4, it'd be 4 o'clock. If the small hand was pointed at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, it'd be 11 or 10 o'clock. And that's how it works. So the big hand is for minutes, the small hand is for hours. You need to remember that today. That's your lesson today. You need to remember small hand, hours, big hand for minutes. Small hand hours, big hand minutes. So, and then the other thing we're going to do is, I got a lesson plan here for you. We're going to do counting. So we're going to do some counting. You need to count to, it says count to 3, but I know you can do better than that. You've been doing counting for a long time. So we're going to count to 10. No, we're going to count to 20. Let's count to 20. 21. Let's do 21. Ready? 1, count with me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So when you have 21, Bryson, you have 21. If you take 1 away, if you subtract 1, what do you have? You have 20, because we took 1 away. It was 21. Let's write it down on the clipboard. That's not going to work. Hold on a minute. Let me get a piece of paper. So, we had 21, right? And we took 1 away. We minus 1. That equals 20, because you had 21 and you took 1 away. You subtracted 1. So that's 20. After you had 21, now you have 20 because you subtracted 1. So your 2 lessons are, remember that the big hand on the clock is for the minutes and the small hand is for the hours. You're going to remember that. And then we're going to remember about subtracting 1. We subtracted 1 today, okay, from 20. And I want you to do that. I want you to count it out with me on the video. I love you. I miss you so much, sweetie. Daddy loves you so much. You have no idea how much I love you. I think about you all the time. I wish I was with you, but I can't be with you right now. So we're going to do these videos so we can have some kind of relationship a little bit. It's hard when Daddy's never around. I know that. But I'm going to come and visit you this weekend, and I want to get a motel, and I'm hoping Mom's going to let you stay the night with me. I don't know yet. But I'm hoping we can spend time together and have fun and play games and play in the bathtub. Oh, it could be so much fun. I hope Mom lets you.